Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. It is great to see so many familiar, friendly faces. As we go through today's presentation, please utilize the chat box for your questions, and we will answer those towards the end of today's session. We will email you a detailed version of the presentation within the next week. Please be on the lookout for that so that you can review it and reference those talking points in future client conversations. And now we would like to begin. Please welcome Rod Messick, CEO of Home Sale Realty.
Good morning, Home Sale, and welcome to our 2022 virtual kickoff town hall. I am so excited to be with you this morning, and I really appreciate you taking the time to spend about 30 minutes with us so that we can share and celebrate our collective accomplishments from last year, discuss what we envision for this year's market, talk just a little about some industry trends we are watching, and we'll highlight some of the initiatives that the home sale support teams are undertaking to enhance our value proposition. And of course, like every year, we want to reset and anchor our mindsets so that we have an outstanding real estate career this year. So what about 2021? Home Sale, you did amazing work last year. For starters, you continued at that blistering pace from the end of 2020. In fact, at the end of September, we recorded the company's best 12 months ever. And not only was real estate blazing hot, so was our mortgage, title, and insurance arms, validating how much consumers
You're good, Rod. Keep rolling.
Sorry about that, guys. Validating how much consumers desire the ease and convenience of our one-stop shop.
Muted me again.
We all know that this business wasn't easy either. With standing inventory averaging less than 1 month for most of the year, you dealt with escalation clauses, multiple offers, learning new appraisal gap addendums, advising your clients on how to best position themselves to achieve their goals. And you did it while creating incredible value and earning your fee while your competitors merely stood by and cut their commissions in an effort to compete. There's no question 21, while a record year, had its unique challenges, and I'm extremely proud of the job you did. Yes, last year was hectic without a doubt, but amazingly productive. In fact, realty, mortgage, and insurance all had record years. And title, well, they just missed 2020's results on units and produced significantly more premium volume based on our higher average sales prices. Just look at these numbers, guys. Realty up almost 21% in volume and 33% of 2019. That was our pre-pandemic record year. Mortgage up almost 10% in volume, and insurance up 11.5% in premium. Our once small agency is growing up and now has 8,400 customers and over 12.6 million in annual premium. And not to be left out, relocation and business development had a record year as well. They had over $500 million in closed volume attributed to the business lines managed by Alicia and her amazing team. And like I said earlier, title nearly replicated those 2020 results, coming in at just 1% off of last year's unit count, closing 5,697 transactions. And property manager, they did a tremendous job too, managing their clients through the eviction moratorium and the record demand that we saw for vacant rental units. And they also added to their portfolio, acquiring a competitor in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. So Home Sale, there is no question that you met the challenging environment and dominated. Congratulations. I'm looking so forward to celebrating all these accomplishments and your individual achievements at our awards gala in March. And I can't wait to join Bill, Dinkle, and Pete Slough on stage at the Berkshire Hathaway Convention in Louisville to represent our amazing company. I'm sure we'll have lots of agents and office leaders up there celebrating as well. Woo! If all that production wasn't enough to keep us busy, the support teams were hard at it as well, delivering expanded value. The team executed on numerous new offerings, refreshed some of our existing ones, and we managed 2 massive discovery projects to ensure that you have everything you need, all under one roof. We covered these in our last town hall, but just in case you missed it, the accounting team, they launched Payload to make it easier to remotely deposit earnest money, removing friction from the real estate transaction, making it more consumer friendly, and increasing our fund security. We partnered with Moving Station to offer the quick buy programs, allowing home sale agents to offer multiple selling scenarios while staying at the center of the transaction as the market expert. We're out in front of iBuyers in our markets, and we have the chance to change the dialogues and offer something, well, honestly, most of our competitors are just afraid to even talk about because they don't have a solution to the problem. I've heard of agents using Quick Buy and Quick Buy Lock to help clients become non-contingent buyers as an alternative when clients express an interest in an auction, and to address the needs of sellers who, well, frankly, just don't want to do the hard work necessary to get the home ready for sale. There are so many ways being familiar with Quick Buy can up your game and position you as the market expert. And we rebranded and relaunched our agent referral and residual income system. It's now known as Agent Plus. And not only did we rebrand it, but we improved it, allowing for referring agents to continue to earn those residuals for 3 years after they retire and join our referral realty company. This change supports our Dream Builder program that we launched to help you plan for monetizing your book of business into your retirement. We also brought you Ninja Selling, a comprehensive selling system focused on relationships. The whole goal is increasing your income per hour. Now, who wouldn't want to do that? Whether your goal is to earn more, or if it's just to have more time back to enjoy what you're already earning, Ninja Selling is up to the task. Many of our program graduates are doing more business in the 3 months since the training than they did in the 3 months prior. That's right. Our ninjas are using what they learned to do more business in a naturally slower time of the year. How cool is that? And we got phenomenal feedback on the training. One 40-year veteran in our company shared with me it was the best he had ever attended. So we've committed to 2 Ninja installations this coming year, one in February, and you can see the dates on your screen, and one in the fall. And just at the end of the year, we partnered with Move Guru. Yeah, we want to assist your clients with getting their utilities and all those other vital home connections, set up. But the real value is to help you solve a critical problem in your business. You see, Move Guru stays in touch with your past clients. They present valuable offers, all branded with you and your contact info. NAR surveys indicate that 90% of our customers would either use us again or refer us to a friend or relative. Guys, the problem is that those same consumers, a year later, only 28% of them even remember their agent's name. So Move Guru is one effort we have to help bridge that loyalty gap, to keep you top of mind, keeping your name associated with real estate in your client's reticular activation system. That little bundle of neurons, it sits at the brain stem. It's the thing that filters and focuses our attention on only the things that matter the most. We want to be imprinted on the rise of our past clients. When they have any thoughts at all about real estate, we want them thinking about you, their great home sale agent. While all that was going on, we also opened 3 new offices and we moved 3 others. We welcomed 316 new and veteran agents to the company, and we added 68 new employees throughout the company in all of our different divisions, with the effort to continue to provide the support that you love and appreciate. And speaking of support, our Home Sale Assist program completed 807 virtual assistant projects, and we closed 349 transactions through our Transaction Assist program. Be sure to stay on the lookout for more information because these offerings are going to be expanding. There's no question, last year was one to remember, both for some really positive reasons and truly for some amazing challenges and hardships. But that's all in our rearview mirror. Let's shift our attention to the windshield. Let's look down the path, or in our case, let's look down the racetrack for what 2022 will bring. Well, for starters, all indications are that the first half of the year will be a continuation of that go-go pace of 20 and 21. We'll continue to see historically low interest rates, probably in the mid-3s. We'll continue to see strong demand as the buyers who we weren't able to help last year return to the market this spring. And we'll continue to see low standing inventory numbers. Hopefully not as low as we've seen recently, but still clearly a seller's market. And inflation, well, it's likely to continue. You see, there's billions of dollars in appropriated, meaning approved, but yet unspent federal money. There's record high balances of cash sitting in our banks. And people are experiencing a wealth effect from a buildup of home equity and of their stock increases. So consumers, businesses, and governments are all going to be competing for materials and labor, driving continued price increases. So how do you position real estate in that environment, in an inflationary environment? Well, it's a natural hedge, guys. And how we talk about it, that depends on our audience. It depends on what type of customer we're engaging at the moment. For our first-time home buyers, it's a chance to lock in your housing costs with a 30-year mortgage while rents skyrocket due to inflation. And for move-up buyers, wow, what an opportunity. It's a chance to increase their investment in real estate. Real estate has typically outperformed inflation on a direct comparison basis. And when you consider the financial leverage you get and the tax advantages, you're making a great investment in your future. For investors, rents are likely to increase rapidly during inflationary periods. That'll drive improved cash flows. And with a fixed mortgage payment at today's low rates, who wouldn't want to be an investor right now? For our sellers, don't forget about our sellers. This is an awesome opportunity. Don't let them miss the chance created by this heightened demand and the fear of missing out on low interest rates. This is when they can get not only a great price, but they can dictate terms that are important to them. Yes, the first half of 22, it's shaping up to be busy for sure. Now the second half, well, that'll depend a little bit. Well, I think it'll be a good second half. We are finally likely to see some normalization of our markets. Inflation paired with the higher interest rates, that's certainly going to erode some buying power at the entry level into the market, creating some contraction of demand. Now, some of that contraction will be absorbed by investors who want to get capital into the market right now. But this headwind is likely to see some rebalancing of the market. We'll also see more units come onto the market. Owners who have been in mortgage forbearance programs will have to finally face the music. They'll either have to sell or risk foreclosure. And record levels of cash and a customer base who's more likely to understand that real estate is a natural hedge to inflation will likely keep the upper end of our markets going strong for the entire year. In the end, we're predicting about a 3 to 4% increase in units and a slowdown of price appreciation, probably to the single digit level. As the market begins to shift, we'll need to set the correct expectations. If history repeats itself, sellers will be the last to understand that the market has moved, and they will need to have their expectations calibrated early in the process so that their goals can be achieved. To be clear, I'm not predicting a great recessionist type collapse, just that we'll start to see some normalization. You may actually have to negotiate down from the list price instead of up. You may consider some seller help to get an offer accepted. You might even take an FHA deal, or can you believe it? Accept an appraisal contingency. Yeah, some things are going to change for sure. But as we look out further, I believe we're in for a good, long, above average run for real estate in our markets. You know, for starters, 14 of our 15 counties are projected to experience greater than average population growth over the next 5 years. Next, there's a continuing wave of 33-year-olds coming. Why 33-year-olds, you ask? Well, that's the median age of the first-time home buyer in NAR's last 3 annual surveys. So yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. And his nice list will include agents who embrace tech-empowered, relationship-based sales systems. So what about the industry? For starters, throughout the industry, we're hearing more and more about a steady trends towards multi-generational housing. You see, multi-generational households have grown from 7% to 26% just in the last decade. And this trend has accelerated during the pandemic. You know, whether it's separate entrances, maybe an auxiliary dwelling unit, remodel and expansion chances, or multiple bedrooms with in-suite baths, or it might just be a little extra space. These multi-generational households will have unique needs, and we need to be prepared to assist them. And we will, of course, continue to see that institutional money that you've heard me talk about flowing into the business. There's just a massive amount of money chasing the effort to reduce friction in the real estate process, to make the transaction easier, faster, simpler. You know, some of these companies will succeed and they will be successful, and some will certainly not. What is certain is we will be following the developments closely, and we'll be partnering with the best, most creative innovators. We will continue to innovate our full service value proposition, keeping you at the center of the transaction and connected to your customer relationships. You see, we always want to be in your corner, but never in your way. While we're on the topic of institutional money, here are just a couple of very specific observations. I'm sure you heard Zillow has exited the iBuying space. And Open Door and Knock claim that the concept of iBuying isn't flawed. In fact, they plan a continued focus in this area. And many other companies are attempting to create power buying options. Their goal is to bridge the gap between our transactions. They are trying to solve that dilemma. I'm sure you've heard it. The quote unquote, I'd love to sell my house if I could find the right new place to buy. But in this market, I can't be competitive for a new place unless I've already sold my house. Let's face it, this one issue is freezing up way too much inventory. Now, of course, talented agents are out there helping clients navigate it every day, but many more we're just not even getting the chance to talk to because they have a fear. So creating new conversations and breaking through that fear that we're talking about, that was a major motivation behind our launch of QuickBuy. And there's a new player in the residential industry. CoStar has entered the residential side of the market with the purchase of Homes.com and HomeSnap. Those that do any work in the commercial space will recognize this company's name. You know, their stated plan is to support a your listing, your lead strategy on their platforms. But we'll be watching closely to see just how agent friendly their revenue model proves to be. And of course, we're still following the Department of Justice and lawsuit actions. And we will stay on top of all of this and be ready to position our team no matter what the outcomes are. Okay, let's shift closer to home. Internally at HomeCell, we have a lot of focus on where we are heading next. We are busy developing more support systems for your business. We heard you loud and clear in our 1000-watt and T360 surveys and focus groups. What you value most at HomeCell is the support, both the tangible support from our staff and systems, but also our wholehearted moral support. We are doubling down on full service brokerage and providing you with more career development opportunities for your whole career. We want to help you focus on the things you enjoy the most about the business and reap the rewards of your hard work. We're also moving forward with the enhancements to our tech stack. You know, the keystone to that is going to be our migration to the Google G Suite. Our early adapters are already finding cool new ways to leverage this enterprise level system. You see, the G Suite, it's so much more than email, and we are still discovering ways that we can leverage it for all that it offers. And closely on the heels of the Google implementation, we will be partnering with ActivePipe. Their innovative email marketing technology learns from the receiver's actions what type of content they enjoy and begins to customize their personal journey to increase the likelihood that the prospect will transact business with you. We are attacking two big challenges with this program. One, part of it's to attack that loyalty gap that we talked about earlier. And the second part is to attack the follow-up fatigue that most of our salespeople reach in the lead nurturing process. And here's the thing, guys, we focused this implementation to be a service, not just another technology tool. We heard your feedback in the tech stack review. You don't need more tools. You need better tools that integrate with each other and are easier and more intuitive to use. So what does that mean? It means we plan to automate and systematize the ActivePipe marketing as much as possible so our sales professionals can stay focused on what they do best. And once these two projects are fully executed, we will begin the next phase of our T360 recommendations. This is the execution of an agent mobile app. It will streamline the key interfaces with other company tools and support systems. We want it to be robust and useful, but intuitive and easy. We envision this app being your go-to connection between your phone, tablet, G Suite, your marketing platform, and your CRM. We have no illusions. We know that this will be a big lift, but with big rewards. It will help us deliver on our commitment to help you earn more per hour worked. And while I can't help but get excited about all those things and what it means to the future development of innovative technology here at HomeCell, the thing I'm most excited about is an initiative with the working title of the Wow Experience. You know, over the past 2 years, we've been so focused on just getting the work done. First, it was how to meet the needs of customers and agents in the middle of a pandemic. Just getting to the closing table or the drive-up closing station for a while was a minor miracle. You know, as we rethought everything we did and how we did it. That was quickly replaced with just handling the sheer volume of business that was occurring in the marketplace. It's against those backdrops that we've naturally lost some of our focus on what the quality of the experience is like. So we're asking every section of our company, every department, every member of our team to review their processes, to review their interactions, and to ask, what can I do to make our agents, their clients, and our fellow employees feel like, wow, that was a cool experience. We believe these will be small, repeatable things, simple, clear service expectations, so that whether you walk into an office in Harrisburg or Annapolis, you will know you've arrived at home sale. And this feels different. This feels special. This feels like home. I recently shared with a leadership team an analogy that made this so clear to me. My squadron in the Navy regularly performed open ocean searches. We did these searches for search and rescue, for counter narcotics missions, for smuggling interdictions, and just for general military reasons. You probably heard that phrase, the sea of sameness. In a visual search of thousands of square miles of ocean, that's exactly what you see, sameness. One patch of ocean looks like the next patch for miles and miles and miles. This is why life vests and life rafts are orange or yellow. It's why the smugglers would paint their boats blue and carry blue tarps to cover the tops of the boats when we were in the area. They'd even come to a full stop just to avoid leaving a wake. You see, the wake was something different in that sea of sameness. Our attention is naturally drawn to the differences. By being different, it allows us to compete on value, while our competitors who live in the sea of sameness are limited to just cutting their commissions to stay relevant. We want your clients to feel at home with us, to know that we are more than just their realtors. We are their friends, their family, and their neighbors. It's in that vein that we are committing to this focus on the small things that have outsized impact on the experience. These small, repeatable things we can make habits. Those habits will drive our culture and will create raving fans. I sure hope you get as excited about this effort as we have, and we'll be hearing a lot more about it coming soon. So let me wrap up for this morning. We've covered a ton of information. I'm going to distill it down to just a few key takeaways. One, collectively, we had an amazingly productive 2021. Two, the first half of this year is going to be a continuation of the last 2 years, and we're likely to see some normalization in the market during the second half. Three, there are some big trends going on, and we're in your corner to make sure you are well positioned regardless of the outcomes. Don't get distracted by the noise. Stay focused on your business and building and nurturing those relationships. It's the one thing a hedge fund can't buy, and artificial intelligence can't replace. Four, the home sale team is working hard to double down on our dedication to be a full services firm and making every interaction a wow experience. My advice for you, if you haven't already for this year, is the following. First, build in short recovery periods, especially in the first half of the year, and do it in advance. Schedule it now. Maybe it's a short staycation. Maybe it's a weekend away. Maybe it's a date night. But whatever it is that you need to recharge and to re-energize, make it happen now. Next, make sure that you schedule time with every buyer you worked with over the last year who wasn't able to find a home. They'll be out in the spring market. Get them ready with a strategy session now. The spring market has already begun. Third, go back and revisit everyone that you've ever sold a home to more than 12 months ago. Take them a CMA or a real estate review. Get them informed about what's going on. They've built incredible equity and wealth. That equity and wealth could be used to buy a larger home, to possibly downsize and buy a vacation home. But at the very least, you will have the opportunity to ask them who they know that could benefit from that same wealth creation. And last, make sure that you finalize your plan. Build in the day-to-day activities that are going to drive your success. Make it a part of your daily routine. Those things need to include your learning and development plan as well. Do that now if you haven't already. You know, my personal mission here at HomeSell is to strive every day to meet you where you are and to get you to where you want to go. I hope to create your world under one roof. Thank you for your attention this morning. I wish you a healthy, happy, and very prosperous 2022. And Jen, let's dig into those questions.
At this point, there's one question in there. So as I'm reading it, everybody else start to think about what questions they have and start typing those into the chat box for me. So one question, is the new Google platform going to affect our use of .loop?
So the short answer is no, it won't affect our use of .loop. In fact, in time, we're hoping it will actually dramatically enhance the interaction between .loop. One of the reasons we picked the G Suite is as one of the most prolific platforms out there for email, calendar, and contacts, is that when other technology vendors design interfaces, they naturally design with the G Suite in mind. So it's a lot easier for our team to start to build interactions and create interactions between all of our systems by having, you know, I use the term keystone. I was actually talking to Pete the other day and talking about it. I said, I'm going to call it the keystone. And we kind of joked and said, my architectural reference is wrong. It's really the cornerstone. It's the cornerstone of our technology platform because it's what we build everything else off of. So I think it'll actually enhance our use of .loop and make it a stronger platform, and then, you know, make other programs that come down the road later make us more easily to integrate those into our systems.
Yep, absolutely. And .loop specifically does have some great Google integrations already that we're evaluating and going to make some recommendations for you guys. Is there a template for the real estate review?
There is for the I use that term real estate review specifically because it's a ninja selling terminology. And I will admit, I have not sat through the entire ninja training yet. I'm scheduled to attend the February class. I was in and out a lot of it. So I believe there is a recommendations of what it should include. The big premise here, though, is to get in front of those people that you've sold a home to in the past and let them know how the equity in their home has grown over the last, I mean, we're up 33% in volume, guys. We're only up like 7% in units. The difference between those two numbers, that's the rapid price appreciation in the markets we serve. You know, that's what's driving that difference between the two numbers. So that is the experience that your past clients are having. They've got that built-in equity in their home. Some of them probably realize it, and some of them probably have no clue. So proactively reach out to them. It's a great opportunity to contact them with something of value and start a conversation. And again, whether that's a CMA or just a look at, you know, here's your home, here's homes that have sold around you, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep, they recommend doing that with everybody in your database annually, guys. So that's kind of the cycle. Another question, and I think this is really asking, will ActivePipe connect with multiple CRM systems, including like the Buffini CRM, or is it only with our home sale CRM?
So we're working on it. We believe we'll be able to connect it with multiple CRMs and again, meet the agent where they are. But it's going to be a phased approach. We'll start with the home sale CRM. And as I said, we're going to be doing some things behind the scenes, some processes and some support type work that will then make things happen automatically for you as an agent so that you get the benefits of ActivePipe even before it's connected maybe to Top Producer or Buffini or whatever CRM that you use. But yeah, we're looking to have it connect to multiple CRMs in the future. And whether you guys realize it or not, every lead that comes through a company program is already in the DeltaNet. So the moment we turn on these email journeys for what's in the DeltaNet, you will start to receive value by those people getting contacted with your name and contact information, et cetera. So there's built-in value that makes this valuable, even if an agent never actually takes any never logs into the ActivePipe system ever in their life. We're going to make it valuable for everybody, regardless of what level of interaction you want to have with the system. We're on meeting number 2 in the implementation plan. I think either Sandra's got it either today or tomorrow. So it's closely on the hills, but we've still got quite a bit of Google work to get done before we get deeply into that.
Will the mobile app have access to the MLS?
Yet to be determined. What we want it to be able to do is the most common functions that you need to be successful when you're mobile and when you're out on the road. So one of the things we'll make sure we're doing is we're going to be collecting some definite feedback from focus groups on what are the things that you really feel like you need to be able to quickly do. What we don't want to do is load so much stuff into it that it becomes overwhelming and useless just because it tries to do everything. So we'll be very specific about what it does and what it doesn't do, but it's really meant to be more of a productivity tool, is the whole concept behind it.
Are there going to be live tutorials for Google? What is the training going to look like for agents?
Yes, there is there's training available. And there is a whole communication strategy. And I don't know if Sandra's live on the call and can give more details there.
I am here, and there will be an email going out with some training dates that will be forthcoming. They are live trainings, and they actually will be available for everyone to participate if they so choose, agents, staff, whomever. As you know, part of the company has already rolled out, and our agent population is our next phase. So that will be forthcoming. Stay tuned to your email.
Yeah, in full disclosure, I think we converted a couple of weeks ago, and there was a little bit of a snafu, and the 2 accounts didn't convert properly, and one was mine and one was Brenda Drawbaw's. So bear with the team. If for any reason your account doesn't migrate properly, they will come back and make sure you're taken care of. But other than those 2 accounts, all the other realty and insurance and American Heritage employees all converted successfully, and title converted this past weekend, and I haven't heard of any specific challenges on account conversion. So the conversion company we're working with, this is what they do, and it allows Sandra and her team to be available to handle the one-off issues, so that the conversion company takes care of the big stuff. G Suite, guys, it's pretty cool. We're really finding some neat ways. I think for those of you that have either administrative assistants that you employ, or buyers agents, or any kind of collaboration and working groups, you're going to find it very, very useful for sharing documents, for collaborating on things. It's really, really neat program. Today's slideshow and script was built all by the team using shared documents in Google Drive. So really, really cool opportunity to enhance our game.
Okay. And this one I can answer too. Where can we go to review or take the quick buy and move guru sessions if we miss them? Guys, you can go right to Home Sale Center. And then on the left side, if you go to listings, you will see a tile for quick buy. It has access to all of our training materials with a recording and the PowerPoint deck in there. And it also has all of the customizable marketing materials that Agent Services created. And there's a tile for Move Guru to get you the same type of access level into any of the resources that you guys might need. Rod.
Yeah, with quick buy, just a couple of comments there. Think about the dialogue. Use it as a way to get into living rooms that you otherwise aren't getting into, and differentiate yourself. Most people aren't going to accept a quick buy offer. But for some, I mean, there are some specific reasons why people would want to do a quick buy offer. Becoming a non-contingent buyer because they've had trouble getting deals accepted might be a great chance to do quick buy lock. There's just some really neat ways. Just think about when it makes the most sense and when it's worth it for the ease and convenience of the customer to leave a little bit on the table in their ultimate price in order to get ease and convenience. And you stay at the center of the transaction and get paid a full commission between the two processes versus letting it go out to Open Door or the I buy ugly houses guys with the snipe signs on the corner. So just really position yourself well there.
Does Home Sale have any plans to change service providers for showing scheduling?
So at the moment, we have not. This is a space that's getting a lot of conversation in the market. Showing Time, I think, has like an 85% market share or something ridiculously high in the country. And as soon as Zillow bought Showing Time, it created a firestorm of rhetoric and other challenges. They have done what they're supposed to do. They have not breached any of our trust or data concerns, just like they honored all the service agreements with .loop. So right now we haven't really done any research on a move to a different showing solution. There are any number of people trying to fill the void with, whether it is the website providers, some of the MLSs, they're coming out of the woodwork for competing showing systems, and it'll be interesting to see which ones actually are up to the same level. There's a reason Showing Time built like the strong market share they did. It's because they were clearly better in the agent and customer interface than any of the others. And guys, we had more than one. We've had a couple of different services over the years, so we've seen them come and go. But we'll certainly keep our eyes open for an opportunity to either improve, or if for any reason the Showing Time relationship gets untenable because of their actions, we'll certainly make a move. Hopefully I answered the question.
What do you anticipate the impact of CoStar moving into residential real estate market? How will it affect brokerage support?
How will it affect brokerage support? Well, it won't affect our support of you guys at all. We'll continue to provide the things that that you tell us that you value and that you embrace. So CoStar, I glanced at it a little bit. They're out touting that they are the savior of the industry from Zillow. They want to take on Zillow and beat back the evil of Zillow. Here's the challenge, guys. They haven't told us their revenue model yet. I met with their rep, the HomeSnap guy who's now part of CoStar. We had a conference call just the other day. He freely admitted we have not published our revenue model yet. We don't know how we're going to actually make money on the platforms we bought. So until they tell us what their costs are going to be and how they're going to charge the industry for the services they provide, it's hard to know how to even respond to them. Here's what I do know. They bought LoopNet. They immediately raised their prices, not a little bit, a lot. They drove thousands and thousands of small clients out of the market and focused their effort only on the largest commercial players in the marketplace with LoopNet. They basically made it really hard for people who work in smaller communities that do both commercial and residential to utilize this tool. That's their history. That's what I know. So call me skeptical about how industry friendly their model may end up being. We're gonna watch. If they come out with something that is useful for you guys and for your consumers, we're going to take a look at it. We're going to evaluate it. We're going to figure out how to pay for it, and we'll move forward. But I'm not going to just go, oh my God, they're the anti-Zillow. They must be my friend. That is not qualification enough to be friendly, to be a competitor of Zillow. So. Will give a thumbs up. I can't see everybody once. I can only see one page of you guys at a time. I do see Will giving a thumbs up. He's a commercial guy. He knows the LoopNet story for sure.
That was Will's question, so I think he's saying like, thank you, great answer.
All right.
Shifting gears a little, is the company considering a new construction / new homes division?
We used to have a new homes division and a construction / construction division. Was really built around the idea of taking control of land and then either bringing developers or builder developers to the land. And this was in an era when it was normal business practice to have smaller builders, 50 unit a year guys, 75 unit a year guys. The Great Recession took that part of the market and gutted it. Most of those folks either went to work for bigger builders, retired, shifted to remodel construction, shifted to commercial, and there's not really that many small to medium-sized builders left. And so the bigger builders tend to do their own land development, do their own control. So we've just really had a struggle to find the right mix to make a new homes department exactly the right fit for the company in today's environment. Trust me, nothing would make our chairman happier than to find the right model. That's where he certainly cut his teeth, and Pete built a career around new homes and construction, and his entry into residential real estate, he will tell you, was as much about having a sales force for his building product as much as it was really, initially when he first got into the business, as much as it was about, the residential real estate resale business. So something we're constantly looking at, but there's no imminent plans to do a dedicated new homes division. We do have some good, new homes marketing that is out there for agents who have a builder relationship that want to develop a relationship, and you can certainly sit with our agent services team, et cetera. We just finished up a relationship with a builder developer in downtown Lancaster that our new homes team, that our agent services team did a really good job of supporting with some additional unique marketing that was specific to that condo project. But that was a unique situation. But there's certainly ways to leverage more and get more support if you have a unique need. So don't be afraid to ask, and we can figure out a way to get some stuff done for you, and how it gets paid for, depending on the builder, what the relationship is with the builder, or et cetera.
Okay, a couple other Google questions, comments. Well, we still have access to our old saved emails. If they are in your inbox or a folder, they will migrate over. If they are in your deleted folder, and you're somebody like me who may have like 32,000 in that deleted folder that you've been hanging on to, they will not migrate. So you either need to decide it's time to let go, or move them into a folder so that they migrate over. Rod knows my struggle with it, but I did decide to let them go, for the record. A couple comments from other
email conversions are an interesting look into personality traits of people, by the way. You find out a lot about people when you convert their email.
Not the only one. I see you all out there.
Meeting, so.
Couple comments and recommendations from some people in the leadership team, support teams that have migrated already. Sandra, her team, Sweetbriar, great job with the training sessions that they provide. Chris, Abby, and this was something my team recommended too. As you're learning, as you're logged in and clicking, Google it, YouTube it, look up a YouTube video, go to YouTube, type whatever you're trying to figure out how to do. There's a ton of really good short training videos out there for you guys to tune into. And then Maya shared she's been loving it just from the week that the staff has been migrated. So just a couple comments I wanted to share with you guys too. I'm scanning here.
I saw a couple pop up I can tackle. I saw one about when will Active Pipe be in operation. It's probably looking at it going, starting to operate in the March timeframe. When exactly agent training and final processes get done, yet to be determined. Like I said, we're on meeting number 2 of the implementation plan right now. But things will start to happen for your benefit before you even get a login for it. So be some cool stuff happening behind the scenes. And then I saw something about, is there any plan to address national builders who offer thousands in incentives? Actually, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, if you have samples of people offering thousands in incentives right now, let me know, because the research that I'm following is that builders have been raising prices pretty rapidly throughout the increase in materials and throughout the shortage of housing, and have not been doing as many incentives. But that'll be something that we, if there's a big need for it, we can certainly address some dialogues and some training around those issues.
The other question, sorry, were you?
Nope, go ahead.
Okay. The other question, and Sandra's on here. Sandra, can you just confirm that the draft folder, does that migrate?
If
If
it
they've
falls
got-
under your inbox, then yes, it will.
Okay. And then there was just a question on people that are heavy Google users now, already using Google Drive. What is that going to look like for them? I will tell you that I'm doing a little bit of toggling back and forth right now. And as I'm going into my personal Google Drive account, I'm sharing things to my home sale Google Drive account to get them switched over, like one file at a time as I'm logging in and accessing it. But Sandra and her team are working on how to make a really nice, easy transition for Google Drive folders. Sandra, anything you wanted to?
We're holding a training session on that for folks that are already migrated later this week to chat about that. I wish it was as easy as just, dragging and dropping, but it's not quite that simple. So we'll go over some best practices and ways to get things out of your personal account into your home sale account.
Yep. Calendar was easy. You could go into calendar events in your old account and just hit transfer to a different user and select your home sale account. So some things I've found pretty easy to just toggle over and shift into the new account, but we can help you through it.
Lots of support.
Yep. If we are already,
Yep,
Go ahead.
that's the one I was going to grab.
if we are already in the G Suite platform, will that allow us to drop off the G Suite charges that we have?
If users choose to migrate their domain under our home sale umbrella, we can absolutely do that. We have some folks who have already expressed some interest in that. So if you are interested in doing that, let us know and we will work through that process with you.
Yeah, that was another big decision point in choosing G Suite. We knew a lot of our agents and teams were already using G Suite and paying for it, and at different levels. I mean, there's different levels of G Suite services. So, and we're at the highest enterprise level. So that was another benefit, is we felt like we could save some folks some money. I've seen a lot of conversation going around about specific builders on the last topic. I think that's more of a conversation that, instead of for the entire company, we should have on market to market conversations around, and specific strategies and techniques for how to represent buyers properly who are interested in that inventory, yet still get paid an appropriate fee for the work and the risk that we take. So that's something we can talk about on your office, and or if it impacts multiple offices on a larger marketplace type discussion.
Okay, and then the last question before we wrap up, will we be setting up an office calendar with Google to be able to schedule conference rooms and availability?
Yeah, so really cool, great question, and really cool feature that we do plan to use some of, especially as we look into the future of how we do our facilities. We've got the BWI service center already in northern Anne Arundel County that is truly a pop-in, stop-in type spot. With scheduled services there. I would anticipate us doing more of those as the industry continues to evolve, and to have spots where you can serve clients in a local market without us having to have a full-blown office with hot and cold running everything. The way we can support your needs remotely now from a service center, and then have
needs to go out too.
Then have the ability to have the customer facing piece be more localized. Certainly the Google Calendar is something that can help us begin to schedule those resources. So definitely something we'll be working on.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Just a reminder, we did record the session. So you will be getting a copy of the recording and a detailed version of the PowerPoint. So be on the lookout for that email from either Sandy or our agent services team so that you can start to reference many of those talking points in your upcoming client conversations.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day and a fantastic 2022.
Thank you, Rod.
Thank you, everyone.